Welcome back. Obviously we're still doing this. I genuinely have no idea how far we're going to get today, how much we're going to get done. I'm just going to plod on, get things done. We'll just try and tick some jobs off the list, see how we get on. Right, so as you remember from the last episode, we went through and labelled the harness up just to try and work out where all the wires are. Well, I've decided I wasn't quite happy with taking a gamble on it, so I have brought the trusty old manuals up. Now hopefully between the Nova, the Amiga, never owned an Amiga myself, I only bought it for the V6 engine information, but this one's the one that I'm suspecting will throw up the information that I need, the Calibra one, for the V6 engine. Yeah, so hopefully he'll throw that up just so I can ultimately confirm what I have and haven't got. However, in the meantime, I have found some more parts. Me rummaging through my garage, I did manage to find the ECU. Happy days. I presume this is ECU, it fits this plug. You know, I presume it is, I don't know. Anyway, along with that, I also managed to find a spare harness, engine harness. However, this harness is actually in worse shape than what my harness is. There's broken wires, there's ripped wires, there's just general kind of skank. You know, there's wires where somebody, I don't know what they've been trying to do. This engine, off this engine, I genuinely never heard it. However, the good thing that it does have, fuel pump relay plug. So I'll be able to harvest some bits off this engine. Hold on, let's just untangle it a little bit. I'll be able to harvest some bits off this harness, namely probably the octane sensor, the octane plug, which I didn't even think about being on there, I'll be honest. But hopefully I'll be able to harvest some parts off this. Also, there's a couple of repair parts that I could use off it, like some of the injector clips, because mine's missing a one. And yes, that. The bracket that clips the ECU on. Now what I might end up having to do is actually physically take the whole thing off and slide it out, possibly. I don't know, I've had a quick look at taking it off and it looks like it's actually riveted on, so I don't know. So anyway, over the moon about that, so I've got some goodies to sort of swap and repair this harness, hopefully make this a good, decent harness is what I'm hoping for. That's the overall plan. Found me water bottle, which is a bit, tasty, which is a bit skanky, but we'll go through some sort of process of cleaning that up. We'll see how clean we can actually get that, see if all these, we might do a bit of a myth busters thing, see if we can bust some myths on how to clean these up. C-pillar covers, not exciting. I knew I had them, I just didn't know where. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. Got these. Now, I don't think I'm going to use these again, like I said in the last episode. These are competition engine mounts. There's a good chance I'll probably put them for sale, get rid of them, sell them, because, well, I'll be honest, as I've said before, I don't really want to shake my teeth out. But that's not the most exciting bit. How does that look for a bit of a mess? So for those that have been following on my social media, I'll know exactly what I'm going to do here. So I came up the other night, I'll be honest, I didn't film any of it. All I've done is literally just thrown some wiring together, chucked a battery in. My battery is as dead as it gets. Literally it only works with the charger on, which isn't good, because I know it tends to fry the alarm inside when there's a lot of surging power, which isn't actually on at the minute. But yeah, literally all I've done is just bolted the grounds in, just in place. You can see I haven't even got battery clamps on. Got mole grips holding it all together. But I've run some of the engine harness wires just through this hole for now, the brake hole. And I just want to show you guys this. So if I connect the ground up, there. So we've got battery, oil, fuel light obviously because the fuel gauge is on empty, and the brake, what I presume would be the brake reservoir light. So we've got ignition lights, so we're getting somewhere with it. What I'm hoping to do is, obviously I want to repair that harness, the actual engine harness loom. What I'm hoping to do is repair that engine harness loom and get that fitted on here. As soon as I can find my pulleys, I know it's not right, but I've got the old belt that came off, which actually looks decent condition. It'll do it to get it started up for the first time. I'll take a punt on it. Famous last words. What I want to do is get the engine loom on. I'll just run some fuel lines to it from just out of a jerry can through a fuel pump. I'll just put 12 volts to the fuel pump, get it going for now. Unless that loom's absolutely cracking and working and sweet, cherry as they say. And I can put the fuel pump on. I'll run it, but it'll be ready, because all I want to do is just literally just crank it with no plugs in to get the oil up first before I even make an attempt to start it. But as I say, as soon as I can locate the pulleys, I have no idea where I've put them. As soon as I can locate the pulleys, this should be ready to crank up now. But yeah, what we're going to do tonight, I think, is we're going to get that other harness repaired. I'll see if I've got a few of that little bits and bobs I see I want to get done. As I said in the intro, genuinely got no idea what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm just kind of winging it. Just get a few jobs ticked off the list. But we are making progress, folks. We are making progress. Happy days. Right, I'm going to try and keep this as simple as I can without overcomplicating it. Whether you guys see us do it or whether I just kind of do it off camera, because I'll be honest, there's a lot of filling out wires and it's just quite a tedious job. So what I found is, yes, that is the fuel. Hold on, bring it over here. Yes, that is the fuel pump relay holder. That is what I need. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to butcher this harness. I'm just going to destroy it. There. I'm just going to destroy this harness, and I'm going to unravel it, and I'm going to try and pick these wires out. So I want to try and keep these wires solid as a one unit. We'll try and pick them out, and I'm going to take it back. Obviously, I need to take this plug off here. So I'm going to take it back and open the plug up and try and de-pin them from this side if I can. Worst case scenario, I've got to just cut them and re-solder them onto my good harness. Best case scenario, I end up making one mint unbutchered harness out of the two. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then, you know, what can I say? So yeah, I'll, as I say, the wires are correct, so I'll just, I'll just time lapse it a little bit, see where we get on. Just start and gently pick it out. Obviously, I don't want to destroy this harness until I know. So I've practiced on this harness basically. I'd say worst case scenario, I just cut the wires off, put them onto there, solder them on to make the one harness. Should be good. Failing that, I don't know. Let's just have a bit play about, see what happens.
One eternity later.
Right. I have absolutely no idea where this video is or where we're up to with it, because I've shot it over a few days, but effectively what I've done is the second-hand loom that I found, I have destroyed and removed this cover off it because it's got this metal clip on. That's the old one off the loom that I'm intended on using. The metal clip has actually come out of there. I probably could have attached it somehow, but I figured, Yeah, what the hell. In for a penny, in for a pound. So what I've done is I've very gently de-pinned using, where is it? There. Using the de-pinning tool. So I've de-pinned every single one very carefully. I've made a full map of where they all live. And I'm about to just start sort of bashing it back up together. It's a good idea and a bad idea. The good idea because I've managed to take out the wires that I didn't really want in the loom. I've managed to get rid of them. There wasn't that many of them, but all the same I've managed to cut out the 2 plugs that I didn't need. Also I've managed to, well, I'm busy at the minute doing a bit of repairs on it, so I'm taking out the old cut, hold on, bring you a bit closer so you can see. I'm taking out the old cut loom where the fuel solenoid was, and I'm going to graft this new one in with all the solenoid and the bracket and the holder and everything, and I can go all the way back to the pins as well. So hopefully this will come out as a perfect loom. No joins, everything will be pinned in exactly where it should be. It doesn't have any of the extra stuff in that I don't need, like these wires. There's bloody aircon wires and that in there as well, you know, so God knows why you would need to send that through this loom. Obviously it's the interface between the engine and the car itself, so that's why you need to do them things. So anyway, hopefully, touch wood, it'll come out perfect and undamaged repair. The only one thing I'm going to have to do is still to repair the temperature sensor plug, because it's missing on the new loom. It was missing on both looms basically, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to graft that into this one somewhere, so that'll be the only repair on it. However, that's the good part of it. Good working loom. Bad part of it could very well be, if this engine doesn't start, is it a duff sensor or is it the loom that I have now destroyed? I won't know, so there's a chance at the end of all this I might do all this and still come out of this needing a loom, so I'm a little bit sick. But yeah, all I'm going to do is I'm not even going to video it. I'm just going to show you once it's all done. I'm going to clip it all back together again, because I need to kind of zone in and concentrate a bit, not be stressing you with the camera and whether it is actually or isn't recording, because when I do long time lapses on the camera it doesn't always record. So yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I'll check back in with you once I've got it built back up. Result. And there we go. One complete loom, engine side obviously from the plug onwards, all labelled up. Fuel solenoid and the wire, that little dangly one there right on my nose now is the one for the fuel pump. Brain, and them wires there are the rev counter, which I'm going to take the feed from inside the car rather than all the way down here at the loops. It's point to send a wire out to bring a wire back in, so I'm going to take it from inside the car. That's the green one, and the other, there's 3 wires there. Now I'm not too sure, I've had a look through the Haynes manual. There's 3 wires there. One says it's for the engine management light, one's the engine management link, and one's the engine management light for the instruments. Now I think that's the one that I need, but just to be on the safe side, I left the other 2 in just in case. Also, there's a chance I may be able to wire some sort of diagnostic plug into it. Who knows in the future. Anyway, I've tested it all according to my, if you remember from the last episode, where I'm frantically trying to find it the paperwork. Remember from the last episode, I made a map of what each one did. I've tested it. I've got a couple of small issues, 1 or 2 little terminals to move. It'll take us 5 minutes to open that plug up, move the terminals around. Best case scenario, I've got loom done, finished, perfect for the job that I need, and I know it's reliable because all the connections are good. Worst case scenario, the loom's a load of crap, doesn't work, and I've got to buy a loom anyway, which I would have to do if I hadn't tried to repair it, because the loom was beaten to, you know. So what have I lost? Effectively, bit of time doing it, that's it. This looks rougher than it actually is there, but I've got a load of Tessa tape, a load of cloth tape coming on tomorrow or Tuesday, and what I'll do once I know that it's right and I've corrected them wires, I'll just wrap the harness up all together so it should look like a lovely, nice new shiny harness. So yeah. So we're going to draw a line under it then, call that a day on this video. I realise there hasn't been much exciting stuff. I've put a couple of parts on the car and I've mostly been dicking about with the wiring again. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it needed doing, but hopefully that should be the last of this part of the wiring done now. I've still got a little bit of wiring to do on the car still, but I'll tail that off in the background. I'm aiming for the next couple of videos to have that started. All I've got to do now is I'm still trying to find me cam pulleys. Can't find them anywhere, but I've still got some more boxes to come from my garage, so I'll bring them up. Hopefully, touch wood, they'll be in there. Once that's on, chuck some oil in, some fuel lines on. Obviously, I've got my wire now for the fuel pump, so I can rig that into the battery, set it all up as it should be. All I'm going to do is literally, I'm just going to run it out with a little plastic jerry can, 2 pipes, the feed and return straight in the jerry can, fuel pump inline, into the engine. Hopefully that should get us turned and started. I have a feeling it's going to be the battery that I'm going to suffer with more because I don't actually have a good battery. So, and I don't like starting things off the jump, you know. It's all right if you know it's going to start, but continuous cranking's not good. It loads both cars and it's really not healthy. So anyway, yeah, thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop us a like if you'd be so kind, because although it costs you absolutely nothing, it means the absolute world to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Watching through the analytics, I see there's a load of you that are watching that aren't actually subscribed. Again, it costs absolutely nothing, but it does mean the absolute world to me. Like, you know, this is the reason that keeps pushing this channel forwards, and keeps challenging us to do bigger and bigger things. Maybe it's not that big to some of you, but you know, never done this before, so it's all new to me. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we shall see you next time. Cheers.